Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this movie. As I said, it's produced 2 weeks ago in Stockholm by a friend, and it's being published as a part of a course. And I felt it's going to be very useful for some of you to refresh your idea about the WASH package. I would like to welcome His Excellency Hazem Al-Nasser, who's been a leader to the sector, and is also a scientist behind lots of good initiatives. He'd been the Minister of Water in Jordan, and he was behind lots of all those initiatives we've been discussed. So now I'm going to open the floor the next 5-7 minutes for those two interested people and whoever is interested to ask a question. Please, ladies first. Quick.
Yeah, sure. I want to ask about the innovation. Yeah, my name is Hala Abdo. I'm a fifth-year student at the University of Jordan. I want to ask about the innovation hubs. You said that it's in Just and in Hashmiya University. No, is it obligatory to be part of these only institutions, or any other students of environmental can approach this hub? Also, should we be students or also fresh graduates are welcomed? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm John Wilson, USAID, Washington. I have a question for Giovanni. I'm curious about the, you talked a lot about the challenges in institutional framework in Gaza, but you didn't talk about the actual conditions of the people on the ground. How, did you run into, because I assume that it's pretty bleak there too, but I'd just be curious about, the quality of the water, not the institutions, but the water itself, and the degree to which you ran into morbidity and mortality at this time.
Thank you. Said Hazem.
Thank you, Mr. Ismail. Since we're talking about WASH, I would like to ask or comment or recommend, when it comes to refugees, and you were with us when we were struggling with the 1.5 million Syrian refugees who came to Jordan overnight. Is there a possibility that we amend the international codes, the refugees protocol, that we first fix and look for water and sanitation before we settle these people in the middle of nowhere? Because good part of the struggle that the refugees had over the years is the lack of water and sanitation services. So what we did after the settlement, we're trying to fix it, which is in a country like Jordan, this is a nightmare, because for the ordinary citizen, we're giving the minimum amount of water. So if this could be a recommendation to amend the protocols that, hey, let's first see there is water, there is sanitation services. Because if you go, for example, to Za'atari now, and thanks to the UNICEF, frankly speaking, because they were pioneer in providing water and sanitation infrastructure for the refugees in Jordan. But 200,000 people without sanitation, can you imagine that? So I think there is a structural problem that we need to fix when it comes to WASH, and especially the vulnerable people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any quick question? Because after answering this question, we will close. Well, thank you very much. Let me start with His Excellency's remarks. This is an excellent remarks. We've been together through it. I think it's been recorded already here. We can also reflect it as part of the reflections to our agencies to be able to look at this in future of engagement. Thank you very much. Giovanni and Hiba, right? Yehuda, can you start? Because
sure.
Quick.
So the idea is to equip the Jordanian youth with the opportunity. I think it doesn't matter whether they register in that university or are no longer students at all. I think it's, of course, you're most welcome, or whoever will be recently start to share our updates and open the floor for whoever is interested. So yes, of course.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the households level because of the matter of time. In fact, one of the resources we use to elaborate our tool is one assessment, one product we developed in GVC. In 2017, we assessed 4,000 households throughout all the Gaza Strip, also making a comparison in the conditions pre and post 2014 aggression, assessing all the wash inside the houses and outside conditions. And this was one of the resources we used to make this tool. It's obvious that the degraded conditions, they have negative effects at all levels, community level, institutional level, and household level. That's why in our intervention we apply an integrated approach at multi-level. And this assessment, just to conclude this assessment we conducted, is public. In case you don't have it, I'm glad to share it with you.
Thank you very much, everybody, for your presence, and also I'd like to thank my colleague here in the table, Maram, Helena, Giovanni, and Hiba for the presentation. Session 39 now closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.